Alright guys, I just want to make this short video. We just used McGuire's wash plus. This car probably had no protection on it, I'm sure of it beforehand, but the condition it is in, I wanted to use McGuire's Wash Plus to give it a good wash. So I just want y'all, for those who don't see it, I just want to show what it looks like, what the water behavior is on this car at Mitchell. Spray it all right in here. What it looks like when there's nothing that's hydrophobic about it, no wax, sealing, anything. See how the water, you don't see any beading, it looks like just a sheet of glass, like you're putting clear coat over it or something. I don't know how to explain it, but you don't see it run at all, or trying to hurry up and get off the paint. Whereas that's the whole point. You put something that's hydrophobic on there, and it's completely different behavior. So this is how for those out there who like they want to take their old wax or sealant off, this is how you know that you got there. If the water behavior is completely flat and there's nothing hydrophobic about it, then you have reached it. And I'll go ahead and tell you, the McGuire's Wash Plus, I think it's like one of my favorite things to do just that, to strip off old wax, sealant, because it has the polish in it. It's just doing that way faster than, I know Adams has a strip wash, and Chemical Guys has that clean slate, which I don't think works. I've seen a video on pull that off. I've seen a video on the Adams strip wash, and it seemed like it actually worked fairly well. So I'm not going to say that doesn't work, but what I am going to say is that McGuire's Wash Plus does an excellent job and does it fast. Now don't get me wrong, you've got to, if your wax isn't old or something like that, sealant ain't old, then you might need to go across the paint a few times, make a couple passes. You don't have to apply pressure, but make a couple passes in order to strip off that wax or sealant. I usually do that anyways when I'm using the Wash Plus, like especially if you're trying to get the polishing benefits out of it. They tell you to do like a polishing action. I'm not going to tell you to do circles. I make straight lines, but so right now what he's putting on this particular one, I'm not putting hydro foam on. This is just the McGuire's Ultimate Washing Wax, from where I've still got some left. And we've already washed it actually like 3 times really with that McGuire's Wash Plus. We didn't have to, and we clayed it. But I'm just putting this on here just to put some form of wax on. So what I'll do is I'll let this sit on there for a minute, probably take my wash mitt and just rub it in basically, and then I'll come back and show you all the water behavior. Alright guys, so in this particular case, I don't know, maybe the McGuire's Wash Plus, maybe it's just not super hydrophobic on its own, but I mean, I can see where when he's spraying, it's sheeting off faster than it was before we put it on. But I don't see any beading or anything like that, which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with sheeting. That's some waxes or sealants have different properties where they sheet the water off instead of bead, and I actually like the sheeting off fast, because it dries better in my opinion than having the water spots. So I actually like it. But I guess really, I don't know if I've ever done this exact same thing where I stripped everything completely off, and then the only protection I put back on was this Wash Plus via putting it on with the foam cannon and then just rubbing it in with the wash mitt, more or less. I didn't let it dwell in here too long, so yeah, I don't know. But I guess this is a true test to see how hydrophobic the Meguiar's Ultimate Wash and Wax is on its own. So, not saying it's a bad soap, but you know, for on a retail level, I actually like it. It smells good. I like the smell of it. It's pretty strong, and it's got it's got a decent amount of lubrication in it for sure. So, and it suds up pretty well, you know. But yeah, I was really thinking I was going to come in and it was going to sheet off a lot faster, you know, or beat up. But I guess this is the first time I've ever done it like this, so didn't really make my point across like I was planning on it. If I can tell you this, it would have been night and day if I'd have put the, actually, you know what? I might do that. Let me grab the Hydro 2. All right, guys, so I got my ball. This is the Hydro 2. Forget what it's diluted at, but I kind of thinner. And really, you only need a few sprays. I'm probably doing too much, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna get him to blast it off, and hopefully he sprays that way. And so hopefully you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, where this right side is gonna do the same thing like it was with no protection. And then this left side, as you can see, you know, the water just ran off as compared to the right side. The water's still sticking around on there. And so, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this other hood. I'll probably just go ahead and finish the car now that I've done that. Wasn't planning on doing it for the money. I've already got enough time in this one, but I had to make my point since I was done making a video about it. I wanted to show y'all because I like that night and day difference where you can really see what a product does. You know, you can see when it has no protection on it whatsoever, and then when you know, put something on it. So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to make this video about. Want to encourage y'all, as always, to leave comments down at the bottom. You know, anything. Let me know what y'all think as far as how I'm doing. Let me know what y'all'd like to see. You know, if it's tools, processes, chemicals, you know, whatever y'all'd like to see, I'd like to hear about it. And so, yeah. So I just want y'all to encourage y'all to leave comments. I like hearing from y'all. And man, I forget last time I looked how many subscribers I had. You know, I told y'all I wasn't worried about that, but you know, I think it might be around 38, 40 or something. And so I do want to say I appreciate every one of y'all for you know, watching, you know, this content I put out and putting up with me. I'll make a video in the future explaining, because I'm sure there's plenty of people who the reason they don't like watching my videos is because the way I talk. And I can tell you, I didn't always talk like this. I actually had really good speech, and I was in a wreck a few years ago, a bad car wreck, and so that's just one of the things that got affected. And you know, I was thinking about that the other night. I was thinking, you know what, I bet there's a lot of people that, you know, they're like, man, get to the point. And you know, he's talking slow and, you know, pausing. So I notice it. I just, you know, I try to put up with it best I can. So I appreciate y'all that do put up with it. But you know, I might make a separate video sometime, you know, explaining a little bit about my background and stuff like that. But anyhow, Until the next time, y'all be good or be good at it.